In this video, we'll look at two geometry applications of linear equations. Right, so when you're looking at geometry applications, many times you need to recall some formula or some information from your previous geometry experience. So things like area formulas or perimeter, some of the angles of a triangle, very basic things. If you ever need to look them up, you can certainly look them up as needed. For the first problem, we'll look at a perimeter of a rectangle. The length of a rectangle is 7 more than twice the width. The perimeter is 110 inches. Find the length and width of the rectangle. One of the strategies that you might use for these kinds of problems is to draw a picture. Right? If we're looking at a figure, let's draw a picture of it, and I have that here. So in this picture, I have a just quick sketch of a rectangle, and we were told that the length is 7 more than twice the width. So not knowing what the width is at all, I let the width be W, and then translated the length into an expression 2W plus 7. And again, that's because we were told that it was 7 more than, so plus 7, twice the width. Twice means times 2. We were told that the perimeter of this rectangle is 110 inches. I'll write that also off to the side. Now, for any figure, to find the perimeter, you're just adding up all the sides. A rectangle is one special figure that we have a formula for. To find the perimeter, we can multiply the length by 2 and then add twice the width to that. But again, you could just think about all of the sides of the rectangle. So if we wanted to label all the sides, remember opposite sides are equal, so that would be also W, and this would be 2W plus 7. So you can just write all of those as a sum. So I'll use the formula though. So I know that the perimeter is 110, so I'll replace P with 110. 2 times the length, this is the length, 2W plus 7. So 2 times 2W plus 7 plus twice the width. So 2 times the width. The width is W for us. Alright, so now we'll just solve. We have one variable. We'll solve for that variable. So first thing I need to do is distribute the 2 here to open up those parentheses. 110 equals 4W plus 14 plus 2W. I'll combine like terms that are on the same side. 4W and 2W are 6W. 110 equals 6W plus 14. And then I'll go ahead and begin to isolate my variable. So I'll subtract 14 from both sides. 110 minus 14 is 96. So 96 equals 6W. And then divide by 6. So that gives me a value of 16 for W. So one of the problem-solving strategies that we talked about was to make sure that you answer the question. So we solved the equation, 16 equals W. Let's go back to the question. The question said find the length and the width of the rectangle. Okay, so we found the width, which is 16, but the length we know is 2 times the width plus 7. So 2 times 16 plus 7. 2 times 16 is 32, plus 7 is 39. So we now have the length 16, the length is 39 and the width 16. And this is inches and inches because our perimeter was given in inches. All right, let's take a look at the second example. For the second example, we were told the measure of one angle of a right triangle is 50 more than the measure of the smallest angle. Find the measures of all 3 angles. All right, so in this problem, we have to use some prior knowledge about the sum of the angles of a triangle. So the sum of the angles in any triangle is always 180 degrees. So a triangle has 3 sides, 3 vertices, 3 corners, 3 angles, and the sum of those 3 angles is always 180. We were told in this case that we had a right triangle. Just go back for a second. So we have a right triangle, which means we have one right angle. A right angle is equal to 90 degrees. And we were told that one of the other angles, not the right angle, of the triangle is 50 more than the measure of the smallest angle. Right, so again, I drew a picture of a triangle. Usually we use this symbol for a 90-degree angle, so that would be my 90-degree right angle. One of the angles is unknown, so I'll call that x, and we were told the other one is 50 more than that. So again, that more than plus. So now I'll use the relationship that the sum of the 3 angles has to be 180. So I'll take my 3 angles, x plus 50 plus 90, and that should total 180. And then go ahead and solve that equation. Combining like terms, 2x plus 140 equals 180. Subtract 140 from both sides to isolate the term with the variable x. 2x equals 40. Divide both sides by the coefficient 2 to get x is equal to 20. Now this problem asks us to find all of the angles, the measures of all angles of the triangle. So I could use my picture here. I already know that one of the angles is 90 degrees because we were told we had a right triangle. We just found x, so that angle is 20 degrees, and x plus 50, 20 plus 50 is 70 degrees. So the angles are 20 degrees, 90 degrees, 70 degrees. And it doesn't matter what order you list them in, unless it tells you to write them in a specific order.